Welcome to this three-part series on perseverance from Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 to 3. These three sessions are aimed at mission workers or those in Christian leadership, but I know they'll also be really relevant to anyone seeking to faithfully follow Jesus through the challenges of life. I really hope these sessions will be helpful to you as you persevere where you are, and these verses will really speak to us and spur us on. Let's read these verses together. Grab a Bible and follow along with me. Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 to 3. It says, therefore, he's referring back to chapter 11, where we've seen the heroes of the faith who persevered by faith. He's saying, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinful men, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. At the 1968 Summer Olympics, John Stephen Akwari ran in the marathon representing Tanzania. Partway through the race, he fell badly and dislocated his knee, but he got up and kept running as best he could, but finished last. Some reporters asked him why he kept going, and his reply was, "My country didn't send me 5,000 miles to start the race. They sent me 5,000 miles to finish the race." As those serving in Christian ministry, we face a whole variety of things that can distract, frustrate, upset, or disappoint us. At times we may feel really discouraged and be tempted to give up. Like you, I've faced some disheartening circumstances and various challenges to my faith, to my call. And I often return to these verses in Hebrews 12, 1 to 3, where we find both stunning reasons to keep running our race and some ways to do that. So whether we're doing fine right now or we're experiencing deep discouragement, various challenges, some uncertainty, I hope this will be fuel for the journey, some help to keep us keeping on. The first thing I want to highlight from this passage is that Jesus is worthy. It says in verse 2 that he sits at the right hand of the throne of God. He is worthy of praise, glory and honor that he's not receiving from most of the people we see around us. If that doesn't motivate me to keep going, then I'm definitely not here for all the right reasons. Now, ultimately, what we experience in the course of our race, these trials, the risk taking, the frustration, it's worth it first and foremost because Jesus is worth it. Other people's lack of response to the gospel message mustn't take my eyes off of him. I can still worship. He is always worthy, always wonderful and faithful. Also, if we think this is about us, then we'll either be proud or feel defeated, both of which hinder us from running our race. The second thing I want to highlight from this passage is that Jesus understands. Jesus understands. Verse 3 exhorts us to consider him who endured such opposition from sinful men, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Jesus suffered way more than we ever will. It's a huge comfort when I'm weary or discouraged to know that Jesus has been here and has shared in our humanity, it says back in chapter 2 of Hebrews. Have we been lied to? Have we been taken advantage of? Persecuted for doing what's right? Misunderstood maybe? Or had our loving efforts rejected? Jesus knows. We follow the suffering servant and he's promised to be with us. Now, he understands both us and the broken people around us. And that has a way of drawing us nearer to him as we identify even a little with his sufferings and know that he has identified with ours. So in this first session, we saw two really important truths that help us to keep going. Jesus is worthy and Jesus understands. Join me for part 2, where we'll see some more encouragements and some more reasons to keep on keeping on and some ways to do that. Hope you'll join me.